Yo, what's going on, man? What's the Go podcast? We got my dog Fresh in the building, man. How you doing, bro?
What's going on, bro? How you feeling, man?
Good, man. Hey, pleasure having you, man. It's been a minute. We're trying to get you here for a minute, man. So I appreciate you gracing us with your presence, man. Really just want to get into who Fresh is, you know what I mean? Answer some of the questions people been asking me about, and then also get into some different things that you might be interested outside of music.
Yeah, for
you know
sure.
So if the public want to know who is Fresh, who is that? Like, find yourself.
Young music artist from Richmond, Virginia, man, by way of the East End, you know, with a dream, a dollar in a dream. You know what I mean? Just trying to make something happen, man, not only for me, but for other people who I feel like they got talent and, you know, who feel like got the ambition to do it. Just, you know, young artists trying to open up some doors, man. You know what I mean?
For sure, most definitely. How did you, first of all, how did you get your name? That's an interesting name.
Well, I had another name that I'm not gonna say. I say before another interview. But I also had an uncle at the time who was like kind of managing us, me and the group that I was in, and I had rapped for him one time. He was like, "Yo, your style is like a breath of fresh air." You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of stuck with that, and it was just Fresh at first. But then I was like, you know, Fresh is kind of a common term in rap, hip hop, Dougie Fresh, Manny Fresh, so on and so forth.
For sure.
So I was like, I'm gonna throw the who on there just to kind of throw a characteristic to it. You know, Fresh who? Which Fresh you talking about? Fresh who? You know what I'm saying? So you feel me? So that's kind of how I came up with it. You know what I mean?
Most definitely, man. And so, are you in a group now, or you kind of?
No. I'm kind of just doing my own thing.
What happened to the group thing?
You know, life starts to happen. Some people just, you know, go off.
Was you young when y'all was doing it?
Absolutely. Gotcha. Doing it from about like 10th grade on to about 20 years old. You know how it goes. So, you know,
in that stage.
You know, you get older, you start becoming an adult, you start choosing different paths. You know, some people went off to school, some people went off to do other things, and so on and so forth. So, but just a consistency thing. But as of right now, you know, I'm just kind of dolo. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. Well, I want to say, what made you kind of not stray off? What made you stick on your path?
Oh, man, just the passion, bro. Like, it's one of them things, like, I be doing this even if I couldn't get paid for it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, even when I'm at my 9 to 5 at my job, I'm thinking of rhymes, I'm thinking of ideas, I'm thinking of, you know what I'm saying, how I can be a better artist. You feel what I'm saying? It's for lack of better terms, bro, this shit in me, bro. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Sure. It's really in me, bro. So
for sure. Yeah, man. I definitely hear that in your music. I really like that song you got. What's the joint you performed at the festival?
I performed too. No, I performed Me. I performed the joint Me.
Yeah. That's a joint. Yeah, that's a hard single, man. I like that joint. It really, like, you know how some people, like, you could tell it's not really original? It's kind of like they kind of like just put it together. It's not really them, though.
Right.
Your joint is really you.
I appreciate it.
Like, you could tell it's your style, like the way you do it, like it's natural. You're not forcing nothing like that. Like, I could tell it's really you.
I appreciate that, man.
For sure.
That's definitely how I try to keep it, man. I feel like, you know, authenticity is like a big thing.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? It's a huge thing for me. Just because I feel like a lot of stuff is so cookie cutter now that it's like, it's easy for music to get watered down now. And I kind of want my shit to have some longevity to it a little bit. You know what I mean? So.
Most definitely, man. That's super important, man. I want to say, you know, you come from the East End. How did that have an impact on your music?
Well, I grew up in a neighborhood where, like, that classic kind of, you know, everybody's outside playing football, you know, whatever. And, you know, naturally what comes with that, sometimes you get in a little bit of trouble. You get in a little bit of this, that, and the third. But I feel like the biggest characteristic was just teaching me how to, you know, be appreciative of things. You do what I'm saying? Be appreciative of life. Be appreciative of the people that's around you, the things, the lessons. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you lose people, or, you know, you lose situations or lose relationships. It taught me how to adapt to it and learn the lesson out of it. You dig what I'm saying?
Who installed that? Was that natural, or somebody installed that?
Oh yeah, definitely. All the older people, like me and my brother, like 7 years apart. So,
okay.
So him, all of his friends, I would see all the older guys, you know what I'm saying, make certain mistakes, do certain things, and I was lucky enough to just be the kid that was around. You dig what I'm saying? So when certain things would happen and certain things was going down, I was able to look at it and, like, learn early, like, that's not what you do. You dig what I'm saying? This is what, you know what I'm saying? So definitely just being around older people, man. Even to this day, I like being around older people, OGs, and, you know, getting lessons, getting whatever. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. That's dope, man. How do you feel about the rap scene in Richmond right now?
I actually like it, bro. I actually like it only because it's a lot of artists that's being consistent, and it's a lot of artists that's really putting their foot down and putting the pedal to the metal. Granted, you know, it goes back to what you were saying too about like the styles. A lot of people are still jumping on these waves and doing these certain type of styles. But there is a lot of people. It's a lot of growth in the city, man. People are pushing for sure. You know what I mean? Okay. So I like the scene, bro. I like what's going on. I like how people are moving. I like moves like my man Pay to Play Rich, the stuff that he's been doing, and you know the contacts he's been making. I love it, bro. I love it.
I think that's dope. When I look at over the years of the city, it's like it has transitions. Like in the early 2000s, it was super original. But I think it was super original because the internet wasn't as a bigger place, so you didn't really have a choice but to be original. You couldn't look at
you didn't know how niggas in Atlanta sounded.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that was why it was so original. But then we went to the 2000s where the internet had a big part of it. So then it became a little unoriginal because at that point in time, it wasn't just Richmond, New York, LA. Everybody was sounding like Atlanta. It wasn't just us. You know what I'm saying? So the internet had a play in that. But now I think it is getting back to its originality in certain parts. Like you said, certain parts still got its way. People jumping waves. But that's because people just trying to figure a way out.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You do hear a lot of original slang, a lot of the things that was popular coming back. A lot of the styles that was popular back then is coming back. So I think everything is reverting back around. Yeah,
and again, I think the consistency thing again is what I like the most. Like, you know what I mean? Because there was a time where, you know, a rapper would get to a certain spot and then it's like they just kind of disappear, fade off. You know what I'm saying? It's getting to the point now where it's like artists are coming and they're kind of sticking around and they got like, you know, every time I go to the club, I hear the G Sambo record now. You dig what I'm saying? Like F&F Chop is, you know, I think he just did a jump with like 504 or something. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what I like to see, man. Like I like to see people come, be consistent, and, you know, keep this thing rolling, bro.
For sure. What it, because I know that's a big issue with not just artists, but people in general being consistent. Just because life throws so many curveballs at you. What's some things you do to be consistent and stay on your path?
I think keep reminding yourself that this is fun. Keeping the fun in it, not making it feel like, because once it starts to feel like a job and not like a hobby or something, you know what I'm saying? Then it gets harder to do. It's like, oh, I got to go to the studio this week. It's like, you know what I'm saying? You should be excited to go to the studio. You should be excited to go do a show. I go to shows sometimes and see artists, you know, they're like, man, this is my 4th show this week, man. I don't even want to do it. I be 4 or 5 shows a weekend. Like, bro, I want to do another one. How can I do 6? You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? So, you know, just keeping it fun, bro. Keeping it interesting to yourself, man. I think that's big.
Most definitely. I think that's dope. I would say if it doesn't feel like fun anymore, do you think, because you never want to quit on something, but if it doesn't feel fun anymore, should you pivot? What's your advice on that? Like, people, I know a lot of people are struggling with that too. Like, they didn't got to a point like, it should not really like it used to be.
Well, if it's something that you truly love, you'll be able to find a way to still adapt to that. So like, you know, one of my goals in the long term is to not always be necessarily the artist. Like, cause I write for artists as well. You know what I'm saying? I've written for, you know, R&B artists, other rappers, so on and so forth. So I'd love to like build an artist. You dig what I'm saying? Or just manage an artist or take a stab at producing. You dig what I'm saying? Like, but it's always gonna be music orientated because I love music. Which again, you know, it goes back to the love and the passion you got for it. If you really love this shit, you'll find a way to, like you said, pivot or, you know, find something else to do, you know what I mean?
For sure. I think that's a dope thing. You said, like we was talking off camera, it's so many different things you can do in music. You don't have to be just an artist, because to be an artist in the industry, to be a successful artist, they literally have about 10 people on their staff. They got the stylist, they got the cook, they got the manager, they got the road manager, assistant manager, the personal manager. They got a producer, they got an engineer, they got a barber. Like they got like 10 people on their staff,
for sure,
assisting them in life.
For sure.
Of course, now it takes time to get those type of things. You got to be able to afford those type of people, but like, that's a lot of people.
Yeah,
and that ain't even, that ain't the label, nothing. The label,
that's what I was about to say. That's before we even get to the label, to the you know what I'm saying, the PR and the publicist and
radio.
You
know what I'm saying?
You feel me? Yeah, absolutely.
The label come with their own staffing team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Digital marketing, you know, street team, promotion. They come with their whole executives, assistants. Like, there's so many different people that makes an artist thrive. It's just the public only sees the artist because that's what they supposed to let you see. The finished product. That's what the artist is. They're the finished product. But before they was the finished product, it had to start somewhere.
And I feel like that's the biggest obstacle as an artist right now, especially as an artist in Richmond. Building that team and having that team be solid. You know what I'm saying? Like building that team and having it be solid. Because you could build a team, but you you get to a point where it's like, okay, if one person is, everybody has to be on their shit. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? If it's one link, in the chain missing, it's gonna fuck the whole thing up.
It's gonna fall apart.
So yeah, just having that foundation, man. Again, I feel like that's the biggest obstacle for artists right now. You know what I mean?
For sure. I think I want to piggyback off that because that's a super fact. I noticed that is the biggest thing. Either they don't have a team to believe in them, so their confidence is not that strong.
Right.
Then they don't have the finances to back it up. That makes it even worse. And then when they finally have a team, people are not consistent enough because they can't focus on that because they trying to pay their bills.
And that goes back to what we were saying off camera about people playing their roles. You know what I'm saying? Because it gets to a point where, like you said, you get the team, right? 2 months in is gravy. You know what I'm saying? 4 months in, niggas is like, man, but hold on, we ain't really, I ain't where I thought we was gonna be at. Or, you know what I'm saying, when the money gonna start coming in. That's another thing, too.
For sure.
And I'm gonna say this, it's gonna sound crazy, bro. I feel like to really be successful in this business, bro, starting off, expect nothing. Expect not to get paid. You dig what I'm saying? Like, expect no handouts, expect no free promotion from anyone. Like, this is not a give me type of industry. You dig what I'm saying?
For sure.
You feel me? So I feel like when you coming into it like that, you'll get much further, bro.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Because you can't expect anything because this industry is based off capital.
There you go.
So it's like you can't. Now, if somebody do choose to give you something, that's out there grace of their heart. Because that does happen.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying? For sure.
But to expect that to happen, that's a bit much.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't expect that to happen. If it happens, it's great. But I'm not coming in looking for that.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? And that's how a lot of people get taken advantage of, too. Like, you got to have your guards up as well because if you come out there with your hand, you looking like a piece of meat.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you looking, if I've been in the industry for a minute, you look like I could take advantage of you because you coming with looking for handouts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
easy work.
As an artist, you got to pay attention to that type of stuff. You know, come in like you said, expecting nothing. Now hoping and wishing for everything.
Right, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? I'm wishing for everything. I'm hoping everything turns out well, but I'm not expecting it to be that easy because this is just not the journey.
It's never gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? It's never gonna be like that. And anything that's worth having is worth working for.
For sure.
So, like I said, no losses, man. Just lessons.
Yeah,
man.
most definitely. For sure, man. I think the team aspect, do you have a team?
Currently, I've been working with Jasmine B.
Shout out Jasmine.
Shout out Jasmine B. Crystal the Go, DJ Rebel, DJ Trap Ream, Sev. You know what I mean? That's kind of like the team that I've been kind of working with recently.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? They super, super dope people, man. In fact, just got to plug this in real quick.
For sure.
Crystal the Go just hooked me up with a little tour situation down in the A the end of this month.
Shout out Crystal the Go.
Yeah, BET Award weekend. So I'm going to be out there, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Representing, you feel me? But that's kind of the team I've been rolling with. It's it's nothing in set in stone or in paper or anything like that.
They moving.
They moving. You know what I'm saying? So, but up until this point, up until about a few months ago, it's just been me and my homeboy. Shout out my boy Bobby, man. My man Bobby B.
Salute, bro.
He's co-owner of me and his brand, the Invested Brand. That's my my CFO or whatever. You know what I mean? And it's been me and him rocking, bro. Like, I go to the studio, it's me and him. I go to video shoots, it's me and him, you feel me? So, but I'm looking to build that team though, man. Hopefully, I could find a nice, decent group of people that can do that for me, you feel me? For
sure, man. I think, like you said, that's super important. But also, I think you doing it just right because you're working with people, you're not forcing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You letting it kind of naturally come together. For
sure.
And that's kind of how you want to be. You don't really want to force things because when you force people to do stuff, the resources is not the same.
And again, that goes back to the expectation thing. It's like, Chris, like I said, Crystal to go hook me up with that tour shit. I didn't come asking like, hey, how can I get on the tour? How can I just, hey, y'all having an open mic for some show opportunity in Atlanta. Cool, I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? It's just simple as that. Like, I'm just gonna show up, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna show up and do what I do. That's it.
Most definitely. I think that's important too. That definitely don't want that to go over people's heads. Like, you gotta kind of bring something to the table too. Facts. Like, you can't just be asking people for stuff and you not bringing nothing to the table. Like, he inserted himself in the situation.
Facts.
He didn't just sit there and just come with his hand out. He actually put himself in there. You know what I'm saying? That's That's how you kind of got to be. You got to insert yourself.
And this is another thing I want to touch on too, right? Actually, I think Crystal posted this on her story not too long ago, but it was like, if you're too big for the small opportunities now, then you're not ready for the big opportunities later.
That's a bar.
You feel me? Like, it's like bro, people come. I've seen artists come to certain events and
say that one more time, bro. We gotta run this back. That was a bar. You heard?
Look, if you're too big for the small opportunities now, you're not ready for the big opportunities later.
Facts, though.
Feel me? So, and I see that though. I see artists come in and they like, man, I ain't coming back to this joint because won't nobody there. It's like, but they not even knowing that next week it's gonna be a totally different audience, totally different amount of people, totally different type of exposure. And again, consistency is everything.
Yeah.
So it gets to the point now where, like, when I do the Me record, people know the lyrics sometimes. You get what I'm saying? People, you feel me? People start saying the songs. People start recognizing, oh yeah, that's fresh. That's the dude with the Me record. Or that's the, you know what I'm saying? So, again, get out here, do what you got to do if you really love this shit, bro. I'm telling you, that's really gonna push you further than anything else, bro. The passion, you know what I mean? Like,
most definitely,
for sure.
What? Cause you making some great fucking points, man. What is your view on showcases? A lot of artists don't like them. A lot of artists like, I don't want to keep doing free shows. What's your view on showcases?
I feel like all opportunities should be expressed, or you should check out all opportunities, because let's keep it a buck, right? Let's keep it all the way a buck. If you a local rapper, it's like, bro, ain't nobody coming to see you, dog.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, because I know a lot of niggas, they want to, do their own shows and shit, like, which I get 100%.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to start somewhere, though, bro. You're not finna just jump out into this joint and have 50,000 motherfuckers screaming your name.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You feel me? Like, it's almost kind of like crazy to even think like that, though. You know what I mean?
But that instant gratification is a motherfucker,
Come on, bro. Even, bro, when you go in the spot, nigga, and there's 17 motherfuckers and all of them rocking with your shit, it's like, nigga, it feel like 50,000 in that moment. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And then the next time you get an opportunity for a bigger showcase, it's 40 people rocking to your shit. You're like, damn, this shit dope. I'm at the music fest joint, like, damn, they all the way in the back rocking. Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's, it's almost foolish to think that you can just jump in this joint and start running. You gotta crawl before you walk. You feel what I'm saying?
For sure. And I think people don't, you gotta appreciate that 17.
Facts.
That's 17 people that could buy whatever you selling. Like, people overlook that.
Come on.
You want the 100, 200, 500 audience. Bro, they gotta start with somewhere. Would you just think you just jump and get the 100 already?
Absolutely. And then that 17, that's your loyalty. That's your loyal fan base right there. Yeah. You fuck around, see the same 17 at every show. Before you know it, you got a consistent 17. Now you got a consistent 50. You got a consistent 100. Now you selling out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, bro, it's a process for sure.
For sure, that brick by brick is a real thing. Like, you build, like, houses, you gotta build a brick. You can't just come in a house and it's built. You gotta build the house.
You feel me? So, and that, it go over a lot of people's heads, man. They go back to the ego thing we was talking about off camera. You know what I'm saying? The ego of, like, oh, my shit's so hot, I shouldn't have to be in here performing for 10 people. But it's like, bro, you ain't nobody, though. Like, respectfully. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, it's definitely respect.
You know what I'm saying?
In reality. Nobody knows you, man. Come on. Them 17 people, they know you.
Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Take advantage of them, man. Exactly. The only 17 know you right now, man. Appreciate them. God, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's a fact. Like, that ego thing, man, and the instant gratification and Instagram, everybody want to feel like a superstar. Which rightfully so, we all are superstars in our own right.
Right, for sure.
Everybody's a superstar.
For sure.
But you want the internet superstardom. Right? That's a different type of superstardom. So you have to put the work in for the internet superstardom.
Exactly. And that's and to be honest, with the algorithms and the way the numbers is working now, that's such a far-fetched thing anyway, though. Like, it's like, I remember I was talking to my homie about the DJ Khaled and Tyler the Creator. Yeah. Did you see how they were going back and forth at one point in time?
Yeah.
And like DJ Khaled was saying things like, "Oh, don't nobody listen to the Tyler the Creator album or whatever," right? But whole time Tyler the Creator is selling out every single
arena. Got in his bag.
Come on, bro. His merch is going insane. You feel what I'm saying?
His bag about that, yeah.
So people chasing that internet stardom and things like that, but it's like, bro, solidify the bag and solidify the actual fans first. You see what I'm saying? Because those streaming numbers, those streaming numbers are everything. But those show numbers, though, I mean, 1,000 streams or 1,000 people at your concert. Like,
it's a big difference.
It's a huge difference.
You can fake them streams, but you can't fake them people coming to them shows buying them hard tickets, man.
You feel me? And then let all of them buy a piece of merch.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, you doubling down. You know what I'm saying?
That's the difference between. That's why I got so much respect for the older artists. Like, of course, I respect the newer artists because they changed the music scene.
Right.
But you talking about old artists who was going platinum and diamond by people buying CDs. You telling me over 1 million people bought this CD?
Look at a nigga like Master P. I'm out the trunk with it going platinum. I'm out the trunk with it.
I don't think people understand how big that was to go gold independent.
Come on, man.
You talking about hundreds of thousands CDs going through somebody's hands. These is physical people. This not internet numbers and you don't know who brought your stuff.
Right.
This is real people that you talk to.
Right.
That graced your presence or went in the store, stood in the line and brought a CD out. Sam Goody, all them stores, like physical people.
And back then, nigga, the lines for CDs would be long. You actually waiting to buy a CD.
What? Like, come on, man. The CD was like $13, $12.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, times 100, 200,000. Like, come on, man. You rich.
Ridiculous.
Like, E40 said he ghetto gold.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ghetto gold. Like, you know what I mean? So I think people underestimate that, man. And the internet is not, it's a way to go. It's not the only way to go.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a lane, but it's not the only lane.
That in-person interaction, man, is still so key in this industry, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the internet made everything so accessible and, you know, and faster. You know what I'm saying? It made it faster to communicate with people and stuff like that. But that in-person, like, you know, even when I'm out doing pop-ups with the merch and stuff like that, like, people actually touching the product, or you know what I'm saying? When you perform it, people actually, like, you get to, like, look people in the face as you rocking, and niggas is like, yo, I love this song. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that
I love,
shit is different, man. Like, you got real people that fuck with you. That love you get from people, that's just different. Because the internet, you don't know. You on Spotify, you don't know who that is. Right. I mean, I got 20,000 people in Virginia and Richmond, but I don't know who the fuck. I mean, I don't know who the 20,000 is in Richmond. But I got 100 people that's at my show.
Right.
I see everyone that eyes and face, and they locked in on me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I mean? It's a most important thing, man. We about to take a break, man. But, yo, stay tuned, man. What's the Go podcast? So this segment, you know, we got something called Dumb and Dumber, man, right? So we just ask crazy questions, man, because everybody has a different perspective on things, man. Y'all about to get a different side of bro based off his questions, man, right? So listen, first question, what would you do if you found a dead body in a hotel room? What's the first thing you'll do? You just walked in, you just got off a plane. You like, man, I can't wait till I get in my hotel.
And it's in my room?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna leave. I got to go get somebody because I need a witness to know that I had nothing to do with this shit. I'm going to get you know what I'm saying? The cleaning lady or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Yeah, come check this out. This ain't me. I ain't touched this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. You getting, at the end of the day, you getting up out of there.
Yeah, for sure.
Getting up out there.
I'm out of there. I got to swerve.
Most definitely, man. So if bald people work at a restaurant, do they need a head net?
All people work at a restaurant, do they need a head net? Fuck yeah, nigga, cause nigga might got some aftershave type shit going in the back. Nah, put the head net on, nigga. Put the head net on, nigga. Fuck that.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. All right, last question. So you have no nose, but you have really smelly fingers. Would you rather have no nose and smelly fingers, or would you rather be blind and have a nice smile? That's a twister right there. Like, what?
I'd rather have no nose and smelly fingers, or blind and have a nice smile.
Yeah.
No nose and smelly fingers?
Yeah.
But I'm taking the blind with the nice smile, bro.
Facts, though.
Yeah, because I can still kind of bag something with I can get my Ray Charles on. You feel me?
Somebody ain't going to tell me how I look.
You feel me? You feel me? Yeah, no nose and smelly fingers. God damn.
Most. Hey, I told y'all, man, the questions is crazy, man. For sure, man. So, listen, man, I talk to a lot of artists, right? And everybody has their perspective on getting their music played and the DJs. How do you feel about the current DJs in the city and their role that they have, because they have an important role.
They have a huge
role in the music, getting the local music scene out.
What I will say is this, right? There are a lot of DJs that do support artists. You know what I'm saying? They will spin your record. They will give you some love. You know what I'm saying? But they don't necessarily have as much backing, or not as popular as other DJs. Right?
For sure.
So if they do spin your record, it may not be at the most popping spot, or you see what I'm saying? But it seems like a lot of the DJs that do kind of have the juice or whatever in the city aren't really interested in breaking records unless it's either of the normal sound or of the wave, or if it sounds like a certain type
of blends in.
If it blends in, they're not really interested in supporting something that could possibly be different and something that could possibly change the sound of Richmond, in my opinion. You dig what I'm saying? As long as it sounds like what's on the radio, we'll spin it all day. But it's like, if it's something that the people like, but it's not really of the norm, I don't really see a lot of that getting pushed. You dig what I'm saying?
For sure.
You feel me? And it's, I don't think it's anybody's fault. Like, I'm not blaming the DJs for it. I'm just, because everybody's trying to keep their job. I got to play what's hot. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, most definitely.
You feel me? I got to play what's hot. So I respect it, but I just feel like that forces artists to start leaving the city. Like, okay. I got my sound isn't hidden here. I got to go to Atlanta. I got to go to I got to go to LA. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool, because that helps the artists out. But if artists, if DJs were willing to take more chances, I think it'll help the city out a lot. You know what I mean?
I think that's a great response, because I notice in other cities, like, they take chances on music, especially Atlanta. I got a crib in Atlanta, so I got a lot of ties in Atlanta.
Right.
Their DJs and their radio people, they put their jobs on the line to play records. Like, I know, shout out my man DC out there in Atlanta on radio. They be ready to lose their jobs, but they know the record is so hot, and if people had a chance to listen to it, they would catch on to it.
Sure.
But the program, the records at the radio, like, I ain't paying you to play that.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But they taking a chance to risk their livelihood to break somebody else's music, because they know on the back end, they gonna benefit from it.
Yeah, exactly.
But to take that chance, it's like, it's a scary thing. You're like, I gotta pay my bills, I got a job, and if you play it, the radio here might fire you, because they might not give you no leeway. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's gonna take somebody like that to say, I'm gonna put it on the line. Not saying nobody haven't done it yet. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's gonna take more people to risk their situation, to make it happen.
And just to compare the two cities, Richmond and Atlanta, just for sake of argument, it's like Atlanta has put themselves in such a position to where they're the forefront of what's next in music. To where the DJ, it's not as much pressure for a DJ to take a chance.
That's a fact.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, whatever's coming out of Atlanta is what it is. You dig what I'm saying? It's the wave. You feel me? So I feel like Richmond has to try to establish that type of reputation sonically, to where it's like, okay, I'm anticipated to see the new artists coming out of Richmond. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I think people need to look at who plays a part in this. The artists really last. They don't really have control over nothing.
That is a fact.
Like, the reason why Atlanta is even in the position it's in, because the people that was not artists took the chances to get the artists through the door. Nobody was really jacking Atlanta like that during the Outkast days like that. Outkast kicked in the door. Goody Mob kicked in the door. Like, these people, the foundation they laid made the way for Atlanta now. But back then, nobody was listening to them.
Right.
Because the North was running, and if you wasn't from New York, they wasn't feeling that. Right? You know what I mean? So it's like the radio people, the independent record label people, these people that was taking the sacrifice, spending the money, putting their jobs and risk that line, created that foundation for Atlanta to even breathe.
Absolutely.
So now they ain't got to do that. Of course you ain't got to do it. Now everybody else already sacrificed it. Right. So Richmond got to look at it the same way. If you're a DJ in Richmond, if you're a radio programming director, if you're an A&R, whatever you is, you got to take them chances, man. Because, like, without you taking them chances, the artists don't have a chance.
Right.
You got a chance. Like, if the person that controlled the sound, the tunes, the radio, the music, the money, if they not taking chances, how is an artist going? It's an ecosystem.
Exactly.
How fish gonna live? Ain't no food in the sea.
Right.
What we gonna do? We're gonna eat each other up.
That's a great analogy.
You know what I'm saying? And when fish don't have food, when animals in general don't have food, they eat each other.
That's what's happening. See, like, that's why, again, I got to shout out Jasmine B.
For sure.
Shout out Jasmine B for everything you're doing, man, because we need somebody to head that regime. You know what I'm saying? Like the regime of artists, the regime of this Richmond sound that we making, bro. Like we need somebody to step out and say, hey, look, we got artists, we got talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, so she providing a lot of outlets, man. If you don't follow her, man, follow her.
For sure.
JASMYNB, man. You know what I'm saying? She definitely plugged in, bro. Definitely doing some great shit for the city, for sure.
Most definitely. Shout out Jasmine, man. We definitely need more people like Jasmine to help out, man. And definitely, you know, it's not about really living here, because I ain't gotta live here to send some here. I could send some music execs here. I could send everything here from wherever I'm at. So it's not necessarily about living here. Of course, if you here, you could feel it a little more. You involved in the culture a little more. But I know there's a lot of people do leave here, but they don't get nothing back. Like, send something back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You leave here, that's cool. You got to do what you got to do. Self-accountability and self-preservation is first anyway in life, right? But you still could, like, send something back for the artist here. You know, throw some here every once in a while, do something, get some opportunities so these people can actually have a chance to get up out of here. For sure. And see different things. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Richmond is not the only place. People deserve a chance to travel and live and stuff, but some people stuck in a situation, they can't even make it off that block.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they stuck on a block because it's no opportunities here, man. You going to get a job. Your 9 to 5 going to be a bum job. Yep. If you ain't go to college, it's definitely going to be a bum job. And then when you go to college, it's still going to be a bum job because they're going to hit you with entry level. Yeah. So you got that, and then you got this budding entrepreneurs, but you need capital. At the end of the day. At the end of the day. Any product you got, unless your product is just fire hot, you know, you're going to need some capital, man. Yeah. And then if you're an artist, you need resources and opportunities. And that's where that's where that showcase stuff come in. Because at least if you don't got the capital as an artist, at least now it's like, okay, you're meeting DJs or you're meeting people who can, you know, point you in the right direction to either get services for cheap, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or just get services in general. You dig what I'm saying? Because you may not even know a camera guy. You may not even know, you dig what I'm saying, how to get on the radio, you dig what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, it's just about taking advantage, man. You know what I mean? It's a lot of talent out here, bro. For sure. How important, I mean, you had a great talent. How important is networking? Very. And how's it changed your career? Very. Oh, man. Again, I think I've been rocking with Jasmine for like the past maybe 6 months. You know what I'm saying? And even just on a small scale, like my followers then grew, you know, 200 to 300, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, it's definitely I feel like networking is probably the most important thing as an artist coming into this industry. If not, like, besides the capital, because, you know, it's a pay-to-play industry as well. Shout out to pay-to-play, Rich. Definitely got a pay-to-play out this one. Yeah, it's a pay-to-play industry out here, but you know what I'm saying? Networking, that shit, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Yeah, that'll get you farther. For sure. Knowing somebody, because here's the thing, you know, it's two sides to it. When you got a lot of money, it's not about money no more. Right. Everybody got money. Right. Now, when you ain't got none, you think it's about money because you ain't got none. But once you get a lot of money, now you enter a room where everybody got money. Right. So now some got to separate you because we all got money. And we all got things. We all got all this. So now you in this category with us. So now what you going to do to catapult yourself above them? Relationships, resources. And that separates because, you know, at the end of the day, the thing that brings people together is common ground, right? You know what I'm saying? What interests do we share? Yeah. So let's say we all got money, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's like, okay, me and you, we talking about, you know, IRA accounts and stocks and, you know, real estate, things like that, you know what I'm saying? But me and his conversation is like, I just bought the Rari with the, you know what I'm saying? I just got the new AP and this, that, and the third. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, again, who you know, it means so much, bro. Like, to the point where it's like, bro, for real, an artist without relationships is not gonna get far. Man, you can get somewhere at your front door because that's burning bridges is the worst thing you want to do. Yeah. In this, you dig what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and I hear about a bunch of little shit going on in the industry, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, I feel like burning bridges, man, is the worst thing you could do as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Build relationships, stay tapped in with people,
And shit, man, you know what I mean? People that have your back. You feel me?
For sure. I think you definitely don't. Only time you should burn the bridge if you don't plan to walk back across that.
Right, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't trying to walk back across there, then you already burn it.
It could definitely be justified.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But in this industry is so small.
Yeah, that's
man,
another thing. That's
you burn a bridge, man. You gotta go back and holler at them.
Come on, or you gotta holler at somebody else that fuck
know
with
them. Oh man, they gonna ask you how their business is.
Yeah,
they gonna put mustard on your shirt, man.
And that's you bring up another point too. Your reputation.
Oh man,
is a lot. Your reputation is another thing. You know what I'm saying?
Speaks volumes.
People gonna talk about you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, people gonna talk about you. They're gonna talk about what you did with so and so, how y'all did it, what happened, and you know what I'm saying, the whole nine. So be careful how you move, man. You know what I mean? Keep your slate as clean as possible.
You definitely don't want no mustard on your jacket, man, because people are definitely gonna talk. It's small, like. When you come in small, the industry is super small. The people that's actually button pushers is not that big, right? Mm-hmm. And then the thing about them, they have relatives, they have friends, they have family, right. And then they gonna tell them.
For sure.
And then even if you're working in a city like Richmond, that's the population is 200,000-300,000 people. That's kind of small for a city. What's the odds of us not bumping into each other? If we in the same thing, we gonna bump into each other. So doing bad business is not a good look. Stealing is not a good look. Cheating is not a good look. First of all, from a moral standpoint, right. And even if you ain't got no morals, just knowing you got to bump back into somebody and you did them dirty, that's not the smartest thing to do, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, keep your jacket clean, man. Keep the mustard off your jacket when you're doing business, especially in music. Like you said, like you burn that bridge, man. It's gone. You can't really. For sure. And then the worst part about it is, bro, the person that you see at the bottom. In 5 or 10 years, that will be the person you might see at the top.
Yep.
And you got to ask them something. This music shit is crazy.
Come on. This shit fluctuates. This shit up and down. Nigga be,
he be at the bottom. He ain't nobody was listening to him.
Come on.
And 5 years later, everybody know. Now you got to go holler at him.
Crazy. Yeah, it be like that, man. That's the thing, bro. You know, I was talking to a shorty the other day. I ain't gonna put nobody names or anything like that. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we was talking about just like niggas doing bad business in the city or whatever, and how I ended up kind of getting into it with a business owner over an event or whatever. And I feel like the biggest thing about business, bro, communication, bro.
For sure.
Say what if you're gonna do something, specify what you're gonna do. Say it off the rip, because I'm telling you, bro. That can save a lot of fucking relationships in this business. Like, niggas either don't be saying shit or they say something that's just not what it is. You take what I'm saying?
Or
like
switch it up at the last
whatever.
minute.
You feel me? So yeah, man. Be upfront, bro. Be honest, bro. You know what I'm saying? Keep your jacket clean. You be good, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
For sure. And just from a moral standpoint, man, like you just don't want to run around lying to people. That put a cloud over you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a dark cloud.
Man. You don't need that on your
You know what I'm saying? You got bad energy on you, man. Mm-hmm. Like people don't want to be around you. You got bad energy on you.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard for you to do business. And I think that comes from a survival standpoint. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are outrating our survival because they can't see past their feet. Mm-hmm. Meaning that they can't really see past their situation right now. So I might undercut you.
Right.
To get an extra couple $100, you know what I'm saying? But that don't last.
That's a fact.
You're gonna spend that anyway. That you burnt a relationship that could be worth millions down the line for $200.
You brought up a super good point that I want to touch on, right? You said that people can't see past their own situation or their own troubles. That's why they do certain things or monetize. I feel like that's the same reason. That's another thing I want to tell artists, right? Because that's the same reason why a lot of people don't chase their dreams because they can't see past their own situation. I know a lot of people who are super talented, but they're not doing anything because they're stuck in this rut of of reality or of life. You see you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, bro, don't let that discourage you. That should not be a discouragement of on your dream, bro. You get what I'm saying? I just wanted to put that in there because I feel like that's
for sure.
I'm seeing people go through that.
Most definitely. And I think, how old are you?
I'm 29.
I'm 29 too. So we at the age where this is the age. Right. When you hit that 28, 29,
for sure.
That's the age where them dreams, it's either you gonna figure it out or
it's all or nothing.
You know what I'm saying? That's the age because you about to hit that 30 mark. So people is looking at you like, yo, you still ain't accomplished your dreams yet and you're not making no money. if you got a woman now, that goes into marriage and kids, because at the 30 point, that's when most women like, yo, I'm about to, and you still chasing your dreams, like that's not making no money. Right. So like you come to that point at that 28, 29 mark, sometimes earlier for some people, but
for sure,
typically that close to 30, man.
It got to be real. It got to be real.
You pushing it, so like you got to figure that shit out at that 30 ball. Then you hit that 30 ball, man. You know, especially if you with a woman or something like that, they like, what we doing? Like, what we doing, man? We got to figure this shit out. You still, or if your parents, you got them parents, they be like, yo, son, you been doing this for a little while.
Right.
And ain't nothing come out this. You know, I got this job hiring down there. They could pay you, you know what I'm saying?
You might as well do this. You been goddamn, exactly.
Yeah, you been doing that shit for a minute. Ain't nothing come out that, man.
But now, all right, so look, I got a question for you, right? Since you talking about the whole age factor, because I had an artist ask me, like, you know, how do I feel about the quote-unquote age factor? Like, is it an age where a nigga should stop rapping? Is it a cap on this rap thing? Like, how do you feel it? What do you think?
So I do research, right? So typically most artists don't pop until their late 20s, 30s. That's when they pop. Now don't get it twisted. They started early, but they didn't really pop into that 29, 30, mid 30s, some even 40s.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
Jay-Z didn't pop to his late 20s. 2 Chainz, he reinvented himself in his 40s.
Yeah, rap 35.
Or 30s, you know what I'm saying? Rick Ross, a lot of these guys was later down the line, but you do have your ones that stand out. Your NBA young boy, 17, 16 years old, but that's not common.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? People that pop at 16, 17 and have a longevity career, that's not really popping. Most people that pop at that young age, they don't be around too long.
Right.
When they start 16, 17, they out of there in their mid-20s.
20s facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think you should chase your dream no matter how old you is, but don't be irresponsible with it. Meaning that you could be in your 30s doing what you want to do, but don't neglect your responsibilities and put them on other people, like your parents, like your girl. You know what I mean? Like, you can't expect them to believe in you and all this stuff and pay all your bills while you chase your dreams. Nah, bro,
you still got to be a man at the end of the day. Yeah, absolutely.
You got to be responsible and handle your responsibility, especially if you got kids, man. You got to handle your responsibility. You can't neglect that and just chase your dream. No, don't go like that. Man, you should still chase your dream. One thing I do see people, though, they give up 29, 30. That's when they give up. You know what I'm saying? I see that a lot, and I kind of like, I hate that, to see that for people, because I know, I'm like, man, this man was so talented, but I understand where you at.
Right.
You got to make a decision.
Right.
A lot of times, like, you, especially if you got other people you got to take care of, you got to make a decision like, all right, I do love this shit, but I got to take care of these people, and music is not doing it for me right now. So that's, to me, that's when you pivot.
Yeah.
Right? I tried the artist shit for a long time. It didn't work. All right, I still love music, though. I want to be something in music. Just pivot into something else, because maybe God telling you, yo, the artist ain't it for you.
Right.
You love music, that he put that in you, but that's not it for you. So figure something else out in music so you still could be attached to the culture, still bring what you do to it. Because a lot of times people who are artists, they be great at other stuff too. You super creative, you super good with lyrics. And maybe you should just switch your shit to a writer or some shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, for sure.
Because the young people do lead the way.
Man.
It's a young man game, you know, with the rap stuff, but it takes time for them to mature, for people to craft them, to get them to a certain point where they become a superstar.
Yeah, I agree, bro. I feel like ultimately it's like this, bro. Like, everything, like, I think about this shit super, like, simplistic. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Like everything is coded and meant to be something.
Facts,
right?
though. Facts.
No matter how long it takes, no matter how whatever, right? And I also believe, like Jay-Z said, he's like, there's a knowing in being an artist. Like, you know who you are, you know what you're capable of, you know what you're gonna become. You do what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like, bro, as long as you following the path that you know you're supposed to be on, shit gonna happen regardless.
For sure.
Shit gonna happen regardless. And then when it come to this music shit, it's like, if it's hot, it's hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For like, sure. if it go, it's gonna go regardless. Like you said, the top rappers in the game right now are in their 30s. Drake is the biggest rapper in the world right now. He's 35. You know what I'm saying? Future's one of the biggest rappers, and he's 40. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, I ultimately feel like what will be, will be.
Of course.
You feel me? What will be. Keep chasing. That shit gonna happen. You dig what I'm saying?
For sure. Most definitely.
You feel me? So, yeah, I definitely disagree with the age factor 100%. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be what you're gonna be regardless.
For sure. Definitely, man, because age really doesn't determine anything, man, because, again, what's a line for you is a line for you. Now, what you can do is cut it off too early for you.
For sure.
And now you just misalign yourself.
You always have a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You always got a choice. Like, and I make this analogy because I have this argument with people all the time. Yeah. And I always make this analogy, right? There used to be these books back in the day called the Make Your Own Adventure books, right? And it used to be like, it'll be a character in the book or whatever, right? It'll be like walking through the forest. It'll get to like a fork in the road, and it'll be like, all right, if you want him to go left, go to page 50. If you want him to go right, go to page 42. I feel like that's how life goes. It's like, the story is already written, but at the end of the day, you have choices. You have the ability to steer it in a different direction, but your story is written already.
It's done.
Feel me?
It's done up, man. Your story's done, man. It's up to you to live it out. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's story, I believe everybody's story is written before they even get here. Now, your decisions and actions will determine how you adjust it.
For sure, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, you moving in life, certain things are going to change because you made a decision to do that. A lot of people self-sabotage themselves.
Right.
You had a whole blessing over there. Your ass done went over there and twist the blessing all up. Now you all fucked up. You fucked up. You ain't followed the plan.
Bro, what?
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, keep following your dreams, man. I think that's a good note to end on, man. Keep following your dreams, man. Yo, would you like to say anything before we get out of here?
Just follow me, man. Follow me at fresh_who, FRSH_WHO. Follow my brand, NVSTD brand, Invested brand. Also, next Wednesday, I'm at Escapite for the Who's Liddy Out Here showcase. Pop out, man. I'm going to post a flyer. Follow me. We out, man. I appreciate you, too.
Yo, man. Insta Go Fresh. We in here, man. What's the Go podcast, man. Check us out. We out here.
Let's go.